I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
Barbershop conversations, man. Hey, I'll tell you guys a true story. It's literally 3:31 right now. And I had a flashback um when I was homeless just now. Because you know how you sleep on the couch and you get up before everybody else and you make a decision. Am I gonna go upstairs and go to bed? And I said, nah, I'm gonna just start work right now. And I remember when I was a school teacher, my first 2 years of me being a school teacher, I was homeless. And there were some days I had to go to LA Fitness. I think they opened up at 4:30. So I went at 4:30, I can't recall. And I worked out and took a shower before I had to be to work at 7:15, whatever it was. And I just had a flashback right now as I was walking to my office. I was like, damn, I feel like I feel like those days. And shout out to everyone out there that's out there grinding and hustling, man. Uh, your come up is near. You know what I mean? It's near. Keep pushing, keep fighting. Um, it's and do it with family, dog. You know what I mean? Uh, you know what I mean? Do it with family, man. Do it with family. Um, as like the uh, very attached to your goal, you know, because it's easy to become that street dude. All right. Literally just got done watching. I woke up and you know how things are in your mentions and stuff like that. And the Brian Custard interview with Errol Spence. First, I'm gonna say, how the hell are they putting on a fight and Errol Spence only gets 10 minutes? I I haven't watched the Brian Custard. Did I watch the Brian? I did watch the Brian Custard Terrence Crawford interview. I did because he said he wants Charlo next. I did. I did watch that. And you're too short. You know, I think Showtime needs to put money in their budget. I think Brian Custard needs to spar Terrence Crawford. Um, I think that'll be great for the promotion. Uh, you know, and then obviously he becomes the carrot. He becomes the muse in a positive way, right? So who and Terrence Crawford says, who hits harder? Who's faster? You know what I mean? Something like that. I think they probably need to add that to their cards. But I thought the interview was very Brian I think not think Brian Custard is so well rounded. I thought it was a splendid interview. It was too short though. It was way too short. I was really disappointed. Like, I know you got sponsors and stuff. Like, I needed those extra 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I was very disappointed in $1 million worth of game. It was too much. It was too much. What's the guy's name? It was too much Spliff Star. You know what I mean? It was too much. That guy was Gilly the Kid was too much Spliff Star. He was too much the hype man. You know what I mean? We don't need a hype man in the interview. We just need Errol Spence talking. And I thought Errol Spence said as much as he could. Um, he said Earl gave him something that he didn't deserve. As I told you guys, Earl wanted this fight, and they didn't want the fight. The one bad thing I will say is, Earl, you're too much of an honest man. I see you as too much of an honest, straightforward man to call Al Heyman. What's his name? Al Heyman and Steven Espinoza. They, you know, call them by their name. You know what I mean? I think I think you're pretty much cemented in boxing. You know what I mean? Like, um, people perceive you. I perceive you. No, I know that you're a straightforward person. So, outside of that, I thought the interview was great. Uh, and here's my question. Here's my question to you. And I'm gonna change the title. I thought Earl Spence was was great. I ain't gonna lie. I thought Earl Spence was great. I learned something new about him and his dad. Wanted to take his dad to Africa. You know, I just don't want to sit on a plane that long. Matter of fact, I don't even want to sit on a plane to Vegas. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been on a plane since I did my 9 wives. That's what I'm struggling with now, getting on a plane. I have so many movie opportunities, dog. So many people have hit me up, want me to do their films, and I'm like, dog, you got to come to LA. You know what I mean? You got to come to LA. I'm not flying. I just don't have no desire. I want to stay home with the family. And but he said something that his dad wanted to go to Africa and he wanted to go to Disney World. But moreover, I thought the bigger underlining um, thing was he wanted to be a family man. Like he desires to be a family man. And I think I became a millionaire at Earl Spence age. What is Earl? 33. I think at 33 I became a millionaire. And you got that duality in you. And I'm gonna be I'm always honest with y'all. I'm gonna be as candid as I can. When you make more money than you can spend, and maybe Earl can answer this question on his own, but through yourself, you know others. You got to make intentional decisions. The intentional, yeah, I think about 33, 32, 33. I knew I was a million, and that was 5 years after I got laid off, and that's excluding Dre's great salary. You know what I mean? You got to make a decision as a man. And I'm uncertain if this is Earl's story, but this is my story. You got to put things in your life that that promotes family, that promotes structure, because it's easy uh to go wild. It's easy. I don't know what your choice is, right? Right. I've only had one vice in my life, and that was women. I've never had drugs. I could quit gambling. I could quit anything. I never drank. I never smoked. No piercings. No tattoos. And you got to make a conscientious decision to be a family man. And when you have kids, it becomes so much easier. Like it's easy to stay out of the streets when you have kids, man. If you a man and you in the streets with kids, like it's weird to me because like it's 3:38 right now, and in about 5 hours, no, they get up a little later in the summertime. It's all father. You know what I mean? Like it's impossible. How can you leave your kid to go have sex with another woman to go gamble? It's weird to me. Like I've never done it in my life, you know. Um, but um it's uh it's refreshing, I tell you that much, to hear Earl Spence say stuff like that and sell. That's the challenge to y'all because I'm gonna buy the fight. I'm all in on this fight. I have critiques, obviously, but that's the challenge to the public. Is the wild card, less character guy, and because he was the last pay-per-view fight, I'm gonna use him as an example, not because I'm picking on him, but Tank Davis versus Earl Spence. And I know they're in the same stable. I know they're friends. I'm comparing. I'm not putting them up against each other because I don't want y'all, I don't want the pro-black community to come after me. But the truth is, do the uh um do the do the sports fan, because it takes sports fans, attach themselves to an ignorant man that lives life on the edge, borderline. Well, he is an inmate now, in jail, assaults women, et cetera, and physically never has dimensions to his life, right? Versus a man that leads with family. Showtime never showed Tank Davis 2 kids in the promotion of that fight. They showed, I don't even know if that was part of the promotion. Oh, did they? They showed Calvin Ford bragging about making cinnamon rolls in prison, and then 45 seconds later, he's feeding that very recipe to Tank Davis. Like, I didn't understand that. Like, that showed a lack of discipline, that you can't brag to the world you made all this money in prison making cinnamon rolls. It sounds kind of weird to me. It's weird shit. To me, it's weird. Not that I've only spent 2 days in jail, as I told you guys, but um, it's weird to me. I'll say that. And then he has a tattoo of a whole tattoo, which is, I have no issue with the tattoo, but they highlighted this stuff. Do you understand? Like, it's a highlight. It's one of the. I would think that hugging your 2 daughters after you've won the biggest fight and made the most money in your career. I don't know if his kids were there. I don't know. I never saw him the whole 7 weeks, 6 weeks. I never saw his kids. So I'm real interested in how the public will buy this fight. I'm very interested, coming off of the Floyd Mayweather era where you got to be flashy, you got to be a womanizer, you got to be ignorant to a certain degree. Basically, Andre Ward versus Floyd Mayweather, with the exception is, I think Errol is more relatable, is more connected. Not more relatable. That's the wrong word, because Andre Ward should be the most relatable fighter in the world, right? 1 woman, 5 kids, God-fearing, did it the right way, undefeated. He should be the most relatable. So I'm gonna use the word connected. The most connected. I think Errol is more connected. Because I think Andre Ward showed no social diversity. And what I mean by social diversity is didn't show like variances, you know what I mean? So but yeah, man, that's kind of where I'm at with this. I wish the interview was longer. What is tomorrow? Day 27 of the workouts. Hopefully everyone is working out. We got close to 30 days, just a little over 30 days to the 29th. And I'm considering going to work out once I go over my stocks and all that in about an hour. I may just go work out in the gym. I can't run. That's the one downside about me moving, is I can't run at any time of the day because we got wild animals and shit. That's the one downside. So I got to wait till the sun comes up. But yeah, man, it was very refreshing. I thought the interview was good. It was too short. Stephen Espinoza, man, you got to put money in the budget for Brian Custer to go to Dallas and then take that short flight over to Colorado and have him spar. And I think that would be great for the promotion. And I think y'all got to do this stuff weeks out, man. Fight week, something's going to go viral just because it's all eyes are on them. And it'll be way more personalities. But now we got to get some attention. What's today? Today is Monday. So Monday, 8 days. When was the press conference? The 13th, 14th. So it's been 12 days. 12 days since Showtime last touched this promotion. So I think 12 days is a little too long. I think y'all need to do every day, whether it's behind. You guys should have tons of behind the scenes footage that you guys aren't going to use for your episodes, and that's still weeks away, right? When is that? Next Saturday, the 5th. Y'all tell me. The 15th. It got to be the 15th because what you call it. And I have a question. Is Earl Spence gonna finish his camp in Vegas? That's an interesting question. I'm very interested. I wanted to know that. I'm surprised no one hasn't asked him that. Um, I'm just curious because the fight's in Vegas. Frank Martin fights in Vegas. Derek James is already there. Will they to get away from his family? I don't think Earl has ever done a camp without his kids or finished a camp without his kids. So I'm very interested. Is he going to the Frank Martin fight? And will he stay in Vegas for that fight? Or does it shatter him? Like, because some people got to stay incubated. That word might be too big for y'all, for the baby daddies. Secluded? Nah, that word might be too big. I don't know what other word. I'm not going to dumb myself down, but shout out to the intelligent people out there. But is he going to finish the camp in because he has to come out the following Monday? So will he spend the next 7 days in Las Vegas and rent a mansion for him and his family and his team to stay in? I don't know, because he would have to put Derek James in a hotel. Derek James would have to leave his family 7 days in advance, because you got Anthony Joshua training. He supposedly has a fight in August. So I'm real interested in that. What's Errol Spence going to do, because his fighter is fighting? Or is he just going to fly out because he got to get training? So I'm interested. Do he fly out with Frank Martin and finish camp in Vegas? Temperature, heat, you know what I mean? It's dry heat versus humidity. I don't know. You guys tell me. But we'll find that. We'll figure all that out. July 15th. And I think Frank Martin is in a good fight. He's fighting an Olympian. Don't know the young man's name, but he should be tested. But Frank Martin is going to get the Gary Russell treatment. They ain't fight that man, dog. Al Heyman ain't messing up his money. I don't even think he has any money at 135, do we? Gary Russell may end up fighting Frank Martin. You know what I'm saying? Just because. Keep it a buck. Gary Russell's been out, goddamn, since 2 Februarys ago. Man, awful. January, February. Yeah, last 2 Januarys ago. Well, but that's all I got, man. I thought it was a very good interview. We need more. Did Brian Custer interview Bomac? I haven't seen it. If he did, Derek James interviews is like waking up in the morning, very predictable. That's not a bad thing. He just don't say nothing that's off center. So like you wake up, you brush your teeth, you do XYZ. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying nothing demeaning, because y'all can take that out of context and be like, nah, Derek James is just very centered in interviews. He's not too high, not too low, and he won't speak for his fighters. And he won't, he keeps things closest to the best. I wish he would be more, but he doesn't do that. Where else? They talked about his stable, which is pretty dope. And I thought about something while he was doing that interview. Hey, Boo Blood got ammo. So what you gonna do? You gonna change sides on the Deontay Wilder now that Anthony Joshua is in your camp? Hey, I gotta stand up for my man Boo Blood, man. You got ammo now, Boo Blood. I know you covering the fight, man. That will be a hell of a question to ask Earl Spence to see how he answers. You gonna see Earl Spence gonna say it's business, and then Boo Blood will say, exactly, just business. Anyways, man, but that's it, man. I thought that it should have been longer, man. God, what are they doing, dog? How come everybody else gets an hour with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford? Brian Custer only gets 11 minutes. You know what I mean? It makes no sense. I'm very interested to see how they're going to angle Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. I hope they don't spend too much time talking about the car accident and this and that. It's done. Shit is done. you can cover that in 1 minute. You know what I mean? Actually, just make it part of the intro. You know what I mean? Don't I think we're already there. Errol done answered that question 100 times. It is what it is, man. You know what I mean? And it's funny because speaking of, you guys know I laid a big bet on Errol, but it's very interesting that he gave the same answer I said in my interview. He had the same thoughts, is that Terrence Crawford should be the favorite. He should be the favorite. He done had a few car accidents. You know, the whole shebang. Done had his Malcolm X moment, from Malcolm Little, Detroit Red to Malcolm X. He done had that moment in his life, and it was very public. And yeah, man. So anyhow, what's the 27th? 32 days away. 32 days away, man. So y'all go ahead and have a beautiful day, beautiful morning. Shout out to all the fathers out there that's out there hustling. It's 3:51 right now. Shout out to all y'all out there hustling, about to get up in the back of your truck, man. I salute you, about to get up and go to work. About to get up and just be a proactive participant in the financial advancement of your last name. I think that's splendid. I stand beside, alongside, next to many men in the gym today. It was 32 kids in the gym today, and a matter of fact, I'm about to post some of that footage right now. But yeah, I'm gonna post that on my, to make a short out of it right now. And there's a lot of fathers in the gym, a lot of fathers. It's beautiful to see. A lot of parents, beautiful to see. And let's continue that momentum. If you're not going to a fight party, watch the fight with your kids, man. Watch the fight with your kids, man. You know what I mean? I know what's out there. I've lived that life. Watch the fight with your kids, man. And you'll be. I'm so excited to watch this fight with Lincoln. So excited. So excited. So anyhow, man, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. And Showtime got a Stephen Espinosa, you dropping the ball, man. You know what I mean? Showtime is made. I don't understand how they got 11 minutes. I don't get that at all. I don't get it. Should have been a part 1, part 2. Maybe they should have did it like that, you know. I don't know if they're gonna see each other again just organically, just because of the promotion. Oh, July 15th. July 15th, that they'll see each other. So maybe they can do a part 2 interview there, because this promotion needs more interviews. You know, so and that's it. Barbershop conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.